minute, don't know. Got a minute of your time. Got a minute of your.
Hush, you gotta live right, and I'm never gonna let you out of my sight. I've been knocked out, was a nice try, but I guess I get to keep my head on this time. Part of the creation, the relations I've got, the only one that keeps me safe, the only one you should trust. For sure, it ain't right that I have checked the speck of dust from all of its side. Fall down, that from my height, cause I didn't see the plank I have in my eye. You said when no one's to be found, what keeps you eased out, what takes you off your mind. Guess you want this, I want this, everybody in this, we should have it. Stop illusions, it's in your hands, show yourself, reveal it to them. Take the time to recognize it.
Hi everyone, welcome to our podcast from Vision to Success.
Vision to Success, so we're late.
Yes, we're so sorry. This is a podcast if you're new to us where we talk about everything from the very beginning to the messy middle to the end.
To the end.
Sometimes the end never comes.
I'm at the end with this one.
So we were just quickly chatting beforehand, and I was telling him I think he truly thrives when people tell him that they don't like me.
It's not that I don't thrive. It's that when no, I don't
you
thrive.
Get excited, and then you come and tell me. Guess who told me this?
I said it once. I did it once.
And then he won't tell me names. That's fine. I'd rather not know. But the look of excitement in your face.
Yeah, because you have so many people fooled that you're like this awesome person, and then when somebody tells me, and then when somebody comes up to me and says, "Yeah, you know what," they start like talking about you. I'm like, okay, so you see it as well then. I'm like, I'm not the only one.
This guy does not have my back.
I do have your back.
No, you don't.
For the most part.
This guy does not have my back.
Again.
If you talk bad about me, he will be your friend. So he'll be like, oh, really? Let me hug you. Let me be around. Let me shake your hand.
I will support the person, and I will do what I wish people would do to me.
What do you mean?
If I'm being verbally abused by you. And I talk to somebody and be like, yeah, Maria, she beats me with her words. I would want somebody to be like, you know, it's going to be okay.
She's a character assassin.
Yeah. I would want somebody to be like, you know what, it's going to be okay. That's all I'm saying. And so when somebody comes up to me and says, yeah, you know what, Maria, and I'm like, listen, don't talk about Maria. You know, she's. But inside,
I honestly doubt that. I doubt that you would ever say that.
But inside, I would be like, I understand. I don't agree with you, but I understand.
Please. You think you wouldn't say anything. So if you ever want a bad talk about me, this is the guy. Just
on the support line.
Listen, he will hear you. He won't even defend me. He'll be okay with it.
Bro, we went to the temple. I went to the temple, and so normally in our church, in our faith, when we go to the temple, you know, we dress like Sunday dress, even though, you know, whatever. Anyways, doesn't matter what happens to that. So I go, and normally Sunday dress, shirt and tie, nice pants, whatever. But I just finished doing a workshop with a bunch of primary kids, like literally 10 minutes early. And so, and the church and the temple, like right beside each other. So after I was done with my primary presentation, again, a bunch of like 8, 9, 10-year-olds, I ran over to the temple because we were doing, somebody was doing something inside. Anyways, long story short, I didn't have time to find a tie, put on a tie. And so I just kind of like ran or whatever. She sees me not wearing a tie at the temple. She's like, why don't you be a little bit more reverent next time?
I never said that. I don't know why he talks about.
I gave you my honest to goodness word.
I don't know where he got that. Those words never came out of my mouth.
Oh my gosh.
What I said
What did you say?
I said, why don't you go put on a tie? Because you had made a comment. You said something. I
What
was
did I
taking a
say?
picture. I don't remember. But I was like, why don't you go put on a tie? I don't know where this reverent thing came up.
So
anyway, we're fighting. That's the end of it. We're fighting.
We're fighting. And then now every time she sees me, she's like, why don't you wear your khakis? Go put on a tie. Go be reverent all the time. And now,
first of all, you know that when I say things to you, I claim them. I never if I say something, if I had said, be reverent, whatever it is that you think I said, I would be like, yeah.
Okay, first
I would have said it.
Let me just ask you this. Let me just ask you, and we'll move on. Ready? Is it possible for a person to kind of like have a moment of blackout?
I don't remember what I said. I blacked out.
Hang on 1 second. That you're so into the joke, you're so into like the character assassination that you made a comment, you made a claim, and then you kind of like came to and like, what did I say? I didn't say that. What are you talking about? Is it possible for anybody to do that?
I don't know, but not for me. I remember clearly. I remember where we were. I remember how I said it. I remember all that stuff. And I remember making a comment about your pants. And I remember making a comment about the tie. If you were there with us, please let me know. Let me know if that's what I said. So if you find somebody who's there, because there was people around. That's what I felt bad about after. I did apologize. And I knew he was mad because he didn't text back.
I just didn't have time. This is what she wrote. She goes, my apology number 675677. So she's counting them. So just to let you know, this was 675,677th apology. That's a lot of apologies, bro. That is a lot of apologies. And she goes, I'm sorry for the tie and pants comment and saying that you're irreverent.
I did not. Where is that?
Show
it
here.
to me.
It's right here.
Okay, let me. I did not say irreverent, but if it did,
you edited on your end.
No, it said, "I'm sorry about the tie and pants comment. I was joking, but I may have not said. But I think I said it in front of way too many people. Teasing, I should say. That's what I regretted. I was like, okay, I think I said it in front of way too many people." I'm sorry. I need to read the audience better, and I need to I need to be nice. I need to be nice to you. I'm sorry.
This is a podcast about like leadership and well-being and becoming the best self and the messy middle.
I bring the messy middle. Okay, can we take a moment aside from this? Yes. And I already apologized. So just take my apology.
Jeez. Okay, sorry. Okay. And then what?
I just want to take a moment to celebrate you for a second.
We
went to a gala on Saturday. Was it Saturday? Anyway, he invited Mike and I to a gala, and it was a huge gala. It was like 700 people in there.
Yeah,
it was
750 people.
Yeah, it was from Trillium Health Partners. So if you live in our area, it's a hospital that has like 3 other hospitals attached to it. And the program that he's working with in partnership had a achievement award, and one of the members who is he a doctor as well?
He's a chiropractor.
He's a chiropractor, well known because he was being celebrated. He had a moment and he gave, like, in front of this 750 people, and this man right here got a shout out, right? So if you don't know, he's working with an organization called Impact. They are really pushing forward to supporting our youth of today. Yeah. This is what I love about it. They're supporting them with mental health, with peer opportunities to support peer-to-peer. And do you know who's spearheading this? This man right here. I had such a proud moment. Like, I legit I felt as if it was me. I was so happy for you. And this is the moment where I just listen and smile. And I might cry because I'm just so happy for you, okay? 2 things happened where I was really excited for him. One, his name was printed in there was like a program, right? And they were talking about, see, I'm like already getting teary. Anyway, so they were talking about the program that they're creating. And, you know, it was amazing and all this stuff. And there is several like high people that are involved.
Big names, yeah.
Yeah, there's big names. There is the chief of cardiology of the Trillium Health Partners.
All of Canada.
This guy, and he's the nicest man ever, right? And the way when I saw him interacting with you and how excited he was to talk to you and how much respect he had for you, I was like, my twin has made it. I legit felt that way because the way that this man looked at him, I was like, oh my gosh, right? And then obviously you had several people coming to you. That's a normal thing for Miguel. He always has people coming up to him. But I felt so excited for you because these were people who recognize your abilities, your talent, what you've worked so hard for. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that was a moment where I was like, okay, let me like choke back my tears because I don't think this is appropriate to do it here. And then the second time, I overheard you talking to Tegan,
Yeah.
and you were talking about like that you never imagined this moment coming from El Salvador.
Yeah.
And I was like, literally, like I overheard it, and I smiled, and I'm like, Maria, don't cry. Oh my God, Maria, don't cry. I just letting my tears out now, but I am so happy for you. I am
thank
like
you.
a little round of applause.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Don't think that this is going to compensate for all those times that
I'm
you.
hoping that I can build up enough credit to now like insult him freely.
First of all, versus apologies versus compliment, you're like one against what, 675,000.
Listen, we're fine. We're fine. But anyway,
That's the way.
I just wanted to make sure that you get recognized for that because you
thank
do
you.
so much, and sometimes, yes, you do get the recognition of people like coming up to you and telling you you're awesome, stuff like that. But people don't see the background. They don't see like the stuff that you have to go through in order to be where you're at, and like kind of stuff that you've been going through, right? So anyway. Because of that, I am so excited for him. So his life does not suck. I know I said that before. there's a glimmer of hope, guys.
Did you say it? Did you say? I think was it offline or online that you said it? You're like, your life sucks.
And I'm pretty sure I said it online. I said it a few podcasts ago. And then at the gala, I looked at him and I was like, I take it back. Your life doesn't suck. There's a glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's hard. And again, not to glaze myself, but the reason why it was hard for me to recognize that moment of recognition.
It was so good.
It is hard. Like it was hard. It felt good, but it was hard to recognize it only because I'm not an educated person. Like
I know that's been always something that like.
But it's been bestowed upon me.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
That it's somebody else's perception that has been trying to become my reality. So Les Brown always talked about like when he was younger, he was diagnosed with like being mentally
He had learning disabilities, right?
disability.
Yeah.
Now we call them learning disabilities. Before it was something else. It was much
It was a crude word.
It was a crude word, right?
Yeah.
And so he was diagnosed with that. And so a teacher asked him to write an equation on the board, and he goes, sir, I can't. And he goes, well, why not? And he goes, well, I've been diagnosed with this, with this word. And then teacher kind of stood up, went in front of the desk, and goes, don't let somebody else's perception become your reality. And so he was in this mindset that because everybody has recognized him having this learning disability, that he couldn't do something, it was starting to become his reality. Mm-hmm. So for me, not graduating high school, going to a year college and then dropping out, and then even though having all of these other accomplishments, I had certain key people in my life that their perception of me was that I won't amount to anything, that I need an education, that I'm not going to be good at anything or whatever. Right? That their imagery or their words I was like, man, yeah, I'm not going to. It's going to be hard for me to become successful, and so that was becoming my reality. So for me to hear and see all the accomplishments that I was doing, it was an eye opener. So,
A question for you: do you feel like do you experience what is it called, imposter syndrome? Do you ever experience that?
what is that?
Imposter syndrome is when you feel like it's like somebody's gonna find out about you, that this is not real. You're not supposed to be here.
Good question. Early on in the business, yes, 100%. Early on in the business, I mean, I've been doing this now 15 years. Mm-hmm. So early in the business, I was just like, man, if people realize what I am not, then they're not going to accept me and what I'm teaching. Mm-hmm. And so that became a real legitimate thing. Now, having worked with the Canadian Mental Health Association, with First Nation tribes, the Shawanasaway tribe up north, being able to be in the school boards that I am, writing the curriculums that I have, being a TED Talk speaker. Now I've created so much weight. I've pushed through that imposter syndrome, I guess you're saying, that I'm confident in my thing. So when I go into an organization, I'm like, yeah, this is what I can bring to the table, and it will be of benefit for you to go with me, kind of thing, right? So because I know what I'm talking about. I've read the books. I've watched the videos. I've done the studies.
Yeah, you put in the sweat.
I have
equity.
Last 15 years has been it's all been about learning, not just the industry, But especially when I teach something, it needs to be backed up by science or
Yeah.
by some form of study. So it's not me making up things, right? And so I'm confident. So when I teach something, I'm like, yeah, this is the book that it came from, and these are the reasons why, and these are the studies, and these are the stats. So, but yeah, now I'm confident in my work.
Yeah, you do pretty good work. What can I say? Anyway, but then you like to keep it real, so then I'm reminded of who the
Yeah.
other version of you is.
And then you can dress me up, but you can't take me anywhere. And then with this beard now,
You're like a whole different man.
yeah, people come up to me and they're like,
Are you okay? Just kidding.
yeah,
Is that what they ask you?
yeah, yeah. So they're like, because I got released as a bishop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, are you rebelling now? And I'm like,
That's what I'm telling you. Show up with
sweatpants.
sweatpants and a t-shirt.
Sweatpants, t-shirt,
Show
and a tie.
up with what you showed up at the temple.
I do.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Do you put a tie though?
I do.
Okay, so you're
And
fine.
a blazer.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine. Hey, good morning, Jonathan.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Yeah. So I'm
But now you got to take it to the next level. Now you got to do like a little sweatpants.
sweatpants, and then with the mustache,
I know.
and then just when I'm speaking, I'm like, hey, good morning.
They're like, what is happening to Miguel Martinez?
I got released.
Now he's living the wild life.
Get a tattoo right across the street.
What are you gonna put on there?
Shazam.
That's so random, really. If you could have a tattoo,
I know exactly what I would get.
what would you get?
I would get. It's not that we're not allowed,
Yeah,
right? So let's just make this thing straight. It's like you can.
it's a choice. You
It's a
can do
choice.
it.
You can do it if
Yeah.
you want. And there was a time where I was thinking about it, but Quetzalcoatl.
A what?
Quetzalcoatl.
What is that?
So it is the ancient god of Mexico,
Okay.
and he is recognized as a god, white man, bearded, blue eyes, that came down and healed the sick, with the promise that he was going to come back.
Okay. So.
So they named him Quetzalcoatl, which is the feathered serpent.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And so the feathered serpent, because so it's and I'll show it to you, but it's almost like a snake but with feathers. And so back in the days, everything was symbolic.
Yeah.
So feather, something of the most high,
Okay.
and a serpent, something of the most low. So when they called him Quetzalcoatl, they were saying that he was the most high and that came to dwell with the most low. So they called him Quetzalcoatl.
That's so interesting, eh?
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, and so he came down, he healed everyone. And then right before he came or blessed them and healed them, and he said to them, a promise that he was going to come back and lift his people.
It's so funny because I was like, oh my gosh, we're going down the deep end. You're now worshiping other gods. But I was like, wait, you're just talking about a story in the Book of Mormon. So
It's actually the coolest thing ever. Like if you go down to Mexico, in the Mayans, even in Machu Picchu, and you take a look at the pyramids inside, you'll see like Quetzalcoatl all over the place.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Wow,
So
I never heard of it.
if I do choose to do something like that, that's the symbol.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And that would be just like on my chest over my heart.
That is super cool.
Anyways, we got some what's ups here. So hang on, here we go. Movember's coming. Yes, I know. So I don't know. So here's the thing: is I love the beard, but I haven't been enjoying it throughout the summer.
Because it's hot.
It's hot and it's sticky and it's just that's.
It's like Velcro.
It is. My kids. So I'm thinking about letting it grow from like November till like
Next November.
April, March, and then
Oh,
shave it
full
off.
out like.
Yeah, just let it because it keeps you warm,
Okay.
right? And so then in the summertime, shave it. So that's my so starting as a new tradition every November, just starting to let it grow.
All right, we'll see.
That would be an awesome tat, right? Thank you. Totally not biased. He'll go into the tattoo shop and he'll be like, want a tattoo of your face onto my face? And the artist is just there.
Okay. Can you imagine? You should just do it for kicks. You should just go in.
I want a tattoo of your face on my face. Go for it. We got good morning from Calgary. Congratulations on your success, Miguel. Michelle, thank you so much. Michelle is an old friend from, not calling her old, but we used to be in the youth program
Oh, that's awesome.
together back in the day. Or you can get the letters DIS. What's that for? On your knee?
So is this nay? Oh, like a knee. Disney.
Disney.
Oh my gosh, Jonathan, you're so funny.
Orlando, how are you? She is amazing. She's a great, she's never been my real estate agent, but she puts out a lot of good content. And I think even a podcast or something like that.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And we got Dinora Iski. She's supposedly she's my sister, but we don't talk about that.
Hi, Denora. Glad you're here.
So yeah. So how was your day? How was your weekend?
It was good. So we just went to the...
Dude, that was a flashy dress that you were wearing.
I know I did. I didn't have anything else. Everything else that I had was like Sunday dress. And it was a gala. So I didn't know exactly like what to wear, just to wear like a church style dress.
That was like...
I did wear a very flashy dress.
You came in and I was like, what the heck
It was very
happening right
flashy.
here?
So I've had this dress forever. I didn't want to buy a new dress, so I decided to go for it. I asked Mike, I had 2 dresses. I was like, what do you think, this or this? And then he was like, just go do that. I'm like, okay. So anyway, I look good, guys. I look good.
I'm not gonna comment, but anyway.
Why do you always gotta make it weird?
I'm not gonna comment on how you looked or how your dress looked.
How did my dress look? It was flashy. It looked good.
It was flashy. I had to
Exactly.
put on my sunglasses. You look like a walking disco ball.
It was so good. I loved it.
I was like, Maria, is that you? Oh, jeez. You're blessed indeed. You have me. Oh, yeah. Yeah. My sister's cool sometimes.
She is cool.
She is
nice.
sometimes.
Well, I just know the nice part of her, so.
No, she's cool. Sometimes. Then she picks on me. Then she gets mad at me for no reason. Calling her out. She's gonna hate me.
Denora, listen, I know why you get mad at him. I spend time with him, so I can see that.
Wait, you're way younger than me? So then, yeah, you were in the youth program while I was an adult.
No, she was like, I was in primary, man. You're like...
No, she was in the youth program. What am
Miguel, you're old. That's okay, though.
I am not... Dude, I'm getting up there.
I know.
I was calculating how old I am.
You're 47, I told you.
I did not think... I thought I was 45.
No, you were...
I've been walking around telling people that I'm 45.
Yeah, you're 47.
I'm 47.
I know, 3 years away from 50. That's pretty cool, though. I would tell you that nobody would think you're like going like 47, 50.
I think that's just how sisters are, though.
Yes, I would agree. Anyway, guys, we want to give you a heads up. Miguel has a commitment that he has to fulfill. So we will be ending our podcast a little bit earlier than usual. Usually we go for an hour. So today is going to be about 40 minutes.
No, we can go to 50.
So what, you want to like end here and then like...
Yeah, I can just jump on the jump on the thing over there.
Okay.
If the conversation's good, I don't want to cut it short. But anyways. So that happened this weekend, and I'm really excited. So yeah, more to come. It's a program that we're looking at introducing it to the ministry, the Board of Education for all of Ontario. And then if that goes well, then we launch nationwide.
When that goes well.
When that goes well.
Because it will go well.
100%. Like if you know this program and you see the program, like you have to be like living under a rock to not understand how powerful this program is.
I think also what's a benefit is the backup. It's you and the backup that you have. I think both organizations couldn't have done it without each other.
Yeah.
You needed them and they needed you. And together you guys are able to create this incredible program.
Yeah.
And it's just going to give you so many more eyeballs in the work that you do.
And I love the fact that the funding organizations would not commit until I committed to 3 years at least.
You're like, sign me up.
And I'm
because
like,
this is right up your alley. Like
Yeah.
you love all this stuff, right?
And the other part was like they don't want any possession. So all the IP lives under MTC Life. So I own with their help and stuff like that because they're backing everything up. But the program will live at MTC Life. So yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty good.
Hey, I'm cool. And that apart, no reason. Well, reasons always, though. You have 30. What?
I thought you were in your 30s.
Thank
until I
you.
heard you went up to youth with my mom.
Until I heard what? You went out?
You went to youth with my mom.
I don't understand.
That's how old.
What?
So he thought you were in your 30s until he heard that you went to youth with his mom.
Oh, Declan.
He old man.
Wait a minute. First of all,
Oh man.
yeah, not cool. Okay, and then self-care topics. When we devoted so much to our life, to caring for others, it becomes a challenge to create habits for nurturing yourself. Absolutely.
Ooh, Orlando, that's such a great intro into what we're actually talking today.
Yeah, and then this is one of the reasons. So I just literally last week I just finished doing I finished off by doing the mental wellness conference for the Dufferin Peel Catholic Board. It was a 6-day conference, 6 families, and six conferences, about 125 schools in total.
Okay.
So about anywhere between 20 to 30 schools per family.
Okay.
And the main message was self-care.
Yeah, I think if we understood how important self-care is, we would do it from like the very beginnings, from when we were tiny all the way till 90s.
And when my dad was alive, he had this thing where if the needle, the gas needle, was going past halfway point, he would start to lose his wig. Like he was just like, I gotta find a gas station. I gotta put in gas.
Yeah.
He would not. It would just give him anxiety if that needle point went past halfway point. And I think sometimes, a lot of the times for us, when it comes to humans, we start to fill our tank when it gets to the E.
Yeah, and that's so much harder.
And I don't want to say it's too late, but if you're letting your needle get to the E, you're opening up doors for low mental health, and if it continues, for mental illness. And so you cannot. It's got to become a habit. Self-care, taking care of yourself, doing things for yourself. It's got to be a daily routine. You cannot let it go past the midpoint.
And I have to tell you that if you are a parent and you are worried about your kids, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he's old. That's how you can tell he's old.
First of all, not cool.
His lungs are 50 years old, so they're kind of like, you know how you turn on a car, they're like, "Rrr." That's with your breathing, I guess.
Why do you come back? I've been telling you for years. I need a new podcast partner that can support me in my mental health. That's what I need. That's what I'm looking
That's
for.
why Miguel does so much self-care.
Daily.
Yes.
I'm like,
He's like, I gotta get ready for
I'm
Maria.
like doing push-ups in the morning because, oh my gosh, Maria's coming over and she's gonna like make fun of me about just everything.
I'm sorry. I should not have said that. I'm sorry for what I have said.
Lies. Anyways, go.
Anyway, so if you're a parent and you're worried about your kids and how they're going to feel, or if they're going to feel neglected, let me tell you, they're going to learn. They're going to know that you take care of yourself and that's your time, and that they're not going to, they may interrupt you, but they'll get used to it.
Yeah.
My kids have gotten used to it for the last 10 years. I will tell them I'm busy and I will get to whatever it is you need in like whatever time. But they get used to it. And because you're giving them that example, they now will be more equipped to taking time for themselves.
Yeah, 100%. Michelle says, come to Calgary to promote it. Absolutely, we will. The 3-year program, or the 3-year thing, is year 1, which is this year, is the pilot. So we're working with one school. Then it's scaling. Then it's duplication. And so in year 3, that's when we start to go into like other provinces and things like that.
It's so exciting.
So, but absolutely with what you said, if your kids mimic their surroundings,
Yeah, they do.
right? And so
Yeah.
whether those surroundings are friends with bad habits or good habits, or if it's family.
I was reading your favorite book, Atomic Habits, your book.
You friggin' thief.
I am going to buy you that book.
I cannot believe you just brought this is a sore point in our relationship. I don't know why you keep bringing it up. I brought it up once and it really did a number on me and my emotion.
I will, you know what? I will buy that book and have it delivered to you.
That's such a lie.
I will have it for you.
I purchased the book, a phenomenal book.
It's amazing. Atomic Habits.
And she's like, "Oh, let me read it." I'm like, "Yeah, let me lend it to you." It's been 2 years. I asked about the book, and
Guys,
she goes,
it's
"Do you really
true.
want it back?" And I go, "Yeah." She goes,
I
"Well,
thought, in all honesty, though, I thought that he had given it to me. Had I known that you just lent it to me, I wouldn't have marked it. I would have given it back. But now I feel bad because it's marked. So that's why I need to buy you a new book.
yeah." But the first couple of chapters, I marked it.
I know. And there's one that you said, this is all what I do. I was like,
You've been reading.
well, yeah, you wrote it.
You've been reading my notes,
I kind of have to. It's
bro.
in the
They're
book.
personal.
Sorry, should I cover them? Like, you wrote it in the book.
Because it's my book. Exactly. It's my book.
I know. I will. Okay, this is what I will do. I will buy you that book, and then what I'll do is I'll transfer the notes because I feel bad. The book is beat up, right? Because I've had it for so long and I've read it so many times. I'll transfer it and I'll make sure to write, this is all that I do. And then like the little comments that you have. Anyway, in that book, the reason why I was bringing the book is because it says that you become like the people that you're around.
100%.
So your family, your community, the people that are your friends, they shape who you are.
Yeah.
So if you are of the mindset, or actually let's look at it this way. Most likely you're not so good at doing self-care because you never had that behavior modeled.
Yeah.
If you think back at your parents, can you think of a time that they were using self-care, or were they always like taking care of you or taking care of this or taking care of the house or taking it? Did they ever put some time aside? And if they didn't, most likely that's where you got it from, right?
Yeah.
The other thing that I really like, this is in a different book, that says people pleasing is learned. So if you are a people pleaser, or that's you feel, most likely somebody in your family was also a people pleaser and you picked up those habits from there.
Interesting. Again, so last week we didn't have the podcast because of
My family was sick. I'm sorry.
I
My
hate-
whole family.
I hate calling you out because I don't want to make it seem like I'm calling you out, because I have the decency of not calling you out in public, unlike other people calling me out in
You can
public.
call me out. You always call me out.
I never call you out.
Oh my gosh, you always call me out.
Anyways, so 2 weeks ago we had a podcast and we started talking about self-care and just the importance. And the history of it is that over the summer, my family was going through a certain situation that it's extremely private. And I know it creates a sense of like, well, tell us what it is and all this other stuff. And,
He's like, don't ask me, bro.
and this is very,
Yeah. There are some things that you can't touch.
It's very personal, right? And I apologize for those like Iski that wants to know what's going on. This I cannot say, but what I can say is that I did struggle, right? And mental, and I did take a toll on my thing, and we kind of brought it up in conversation, and then which led to, well, Marie asked me, well, what are you doing to take care of yourself, right? And so I, went online and kind of looked up a whole bunch of stuff that people do, or talking points about self-care. 2 weeks ago, I brought up rest versus laziness. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember.
We're not going to go into it because we already did a couple of weeks ago.
But the main point was intentionality. That's the difference between the two. Remember we were talking about intentionality? Mm-hmm. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. Yes. I do remember.
He never remembers anything.
I
He's
do.
like, "That's
No,
okay."
I do remember. But the one that I want to... Did you have one that you want to discuss?
No, you go ahead, and then we'll discuss yours, and if we have time, we'll go to mine.
So, number 8, I don't know if I understand it.
The cost of neglect?
Yeah.
Okay. From what I understand, or when I read it, the thoughts that come to me is like, do you understand by what you're giving up by not doing self-care? The cost of neglect. What is it costing you? And is it worth it in the long run? So
Okay.
one of the examples that I've read in the past is that, like, let's say with regards to health, right?
Yeah.
It's painful to take care of your health now because it's uncomfortable. You may not want to exercise. You may not want to like eat right and do all these things. But if you neglect those areas, the cost when you get older is that you will experience perhaps more illnesses, more disease. Your body will be more prone to falls, maybe breaks and stuff like that, right? So that's the cost of that level of neglect. Like you were
So
saying,
you're right, because I'm looking it up. Sorry, what were you saying?
like you said with regards to mental health, right? Is the cost, like the not doing your mental health and letting it get to empty, right? And that's because you felt like you didn't have time to journal or to
Yeah.
read or to listen to a podcast because I'm doing all this stuff. I don't have time. But then what's the cost of that neglect? Potentially mental illness, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, you're right. So it says here, what happens when you ignore self-care too long? And personal stories. Yeah. I'm just looking at the...
All right, let's see what Orlando says while you look at that too. It says, as an elder mom, I now have the privilege of hindsight and can now see the example we set is even more powerful, and they need to witness it and integrate it. Atomic Habits is a great book. Yes. If you want to influence your kids in the best way, your kids will do what you do, not what you say.
Yes.
So remember the example. Like take a look at what you're doing and take a look at what habits or what things you want to give up because you wouldn't want your kids to do it, and then start making small adjustments.
Yeah. One of the biggest things when when I'm doing like adult workshops is I always talk about like, you know, the managing the cell phone and screen times. And then they're like, yeah, we have a problem with, you know, the kids are always on their phones. We're watching a movie, they're on their phones, and we're around the dinner table and they're on their phones. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, let's just put a pause in this right now for a second and go. I'm like, what about you? As a parent, are you checking your emails around the dinner table?
What do they say?
And you can see their faces just kind of like, yeah. I'm like, you can't do that. You can't. You cannot take a position of, and maybe, you know what? Maybe years ago, in the times of prairie, where it was like you beat your kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not that I agree with it, obviously, right? But in those times, it was like rule with the iron fist.
Yeah.
Is do what I say and not what I do. And maybe that worked back then, but it's not going to work now.
Yeah.
Like it's these kids, they have more autonomy than what we think.
Well, they have so much access to information, and literally when they leave your house and go off to school, if they don't have a certain pattern shown to them at home, then their friends are going to influence the pattern. The school system is going to influence that pattern.
Yeah, and the old mentality was, you know, the parents rule you and the iron fist, and they're under your, you know, the thumb, and just whatever, and you say and you do what I do, and then that's it, right? Now we promote free thinkers. We promote, we push the kids and their limitations and their boundaries and their imaginations, and to question society. And then parents become a part of that. And so when you as a parent are telling the kids, don't use your phones around the table, but then you're doing it, then they're like, well, you're not doing it. And they will push back.
Was the thought, as you were saying, I'm like, is the thought of giving them all these privileges without the responsibility.
Yeah.
If you have a privilege, there's a responsibility attached to it.
Yeah.
If you have a phone, then there is a responsibility that you need to follow. And sometimes even we're not clear with regards to what our phone usage should be, right?
Yeah.
Even as parents, like, what is my phone usage and what do I want my kids to do?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Have you ever been in the position that where you not self-cared and then you found yourself kind of like burning out?
Yeah, before I was 30. So I started doing self-care when I was 30 and on, right? I've been doing it for the last 11 years. But prior to that, I struggled hardcore. Having kids, my mentality was like, it's all about the kids. Like, who cares about my marriage? Who cares about myself? Who cares about this? It was like kids, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened? I got tendonitis in my arm. I literally could not move my arm. And what am I, like 28? And I couldn't move. I was huffing and puffing going up the stairs. I was fighting with Mike all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Because my priorities were all messed up. I wasn't putting him as a priority. Because part of self-care is prioritizing your relationships, right? And a priority in a marriage should be your spouse, because your kids are going to leave you. They're going to be like, peace out, I'm going to go live your life.
Yeah.
And the person who you're going to have the longest relationship with, actually, the first one is yourself. The second one is your spouse. So you got to take care of those. But yeah, I cried all the time. I saw everything in a negative light. People are not nice to me. People don't help me. I can't ask for help. I was not in a good place.
Wow.
So after that, the reason why all my thinking patterns changed is because I started a fitness journey. But not only that, I actually signed up with an MLM company, and the MLM company really pushed personal development.
Yeah.
And I started getting into that realm of personal development. I was like, oh, I never like knew that these patterns of thinking were wrong, or oh, I didn't realize that I could think this way and that my life would be this way. Prior to that, I thought that like personal development was like hippie-ish.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
For me, it was I was at church and something happened and I just snapped, and then it's actually one of the scariest moments because I got into this.
You blacked out.
Started making fun of people and how irreverent they are.
Oh my gosh.
But I would never say that. No, it's I remember I got into this attitude of like I just don't care about anybody. And so
Been there, I've had that attitude.
And so I we jumped in the car, we came home, and I'm just like, if people were calling for me to help, and I was like, I don't want to help anybody.
I got no time.
And this is out of character for me, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if somebody calls and they need help, I'm gonna be there. But I was just like, I don't have time, I don't care, whatever. And then it happened for about a week. And at this time, I was working with the CMHA, Canadian Mental Health Association. And there's a slide in the workshop that it's self-care, and that talks about compassion fatigue.
Yeah.
Where you give there's so much, you give so much of yourself. There's so much withdrawals that happen, right? Like you're this bank of goodness or this bank of energy, and people are always drawing from you. But then if you don't focus on doing deposits, then you're gonna end up in the negatives.
Yeah.
Just like a bank account. And so that was happening to me. I was giving so much of myself and not inputting, not doing any deposits. And so it just really took me into this whirlwind where I just didn't care. And then I realized what was happening. And then 1 week of just like, I don't want to hear about anything. I could care less about anybody else. And I started focusing on self-care, going to the gym more often, all these different things. And then all of a sudden, I'm back to feeling normal again.
As you were talking, and so a little bit, a side note, how are we doing with time? Do you got to go?
1 more minute. Yeah, keep going.
Okay.
Finish your story.
Okay, so really quick, a little side note, you'd be proud of me. I finished writing my book.
Get out.
I did. I'm in the proofreading stage. So I'm writing a book about grief and my dad's passing.
Yeah.
Little surprise. I wanted to surprise you with the full thing. But anyway, I'm in the proofreading stage and I have a check mark of list to do in the next 90 days because apparently there's like a ton of stuff that you got to do for proofreading, right? But yeah, I was reading and one of the entries that I wrote was actually what you said, and it was because I had talked to you.
Yeah.
And I remember clearly the day that I talked to you because I had that attitude. I think I was like super overwhelmed. My dad was sick. He was in the hospital. I was upset with my brothers. I was upset with my family. I was upset with everybody. I was like drained and stuff. And then one of the things that you had said to me is like, Maria, this is not about you. And you said something to the essence where like, you have had so many withdrawals. Are you doing deposits?
Yeah.
Because this is what's happening. You're not having enough deposits. And I had literally written what you just said. Guys, honestly, I tease Miguel a lot, but this guy's pretty amazing.
Did you hear that? This is now live, on air, recorded for anybody. You need to go back and take a look at this. Is going to be, you know what? This is going to be my tone, my ringtone. I mean, like, Miguel, you're right. Yeah.
Miguel, you're right. No, but anyway, and I can attest to what you're saying because you brought it to the forefront because yes, prior to that, I was doing self-care and I was kind of like doing a little bit, but when you and I had talked, I had dwindled in it.
Yeah.
And that reminded me that you can go through the most difficult thing like loss. I was in the process where I lost my dad to thyroid cancer and it was messy and it was ugly and I would never wish this upon anybody because it literally felt like I was walking on fire, but self-care got me through.
Yeah.
Right. And so I definitely want to attest to what you said and to the wise counsel you gave me 3 years ago.
Wise counsel. I hope you understand
This guy's pretty, you know what? It's true. This guy is pretty awesome. I'm like a ride and die with Miguel. Yes, I tease him a lot, but I am ride and die.
A lot.
Because I just feel like it would be weird to just have a nice
Yeah.
relationship.
At the gala, she's like, Miguel, I'm going to be nice to you today. And I'm like, don't do that.
It just feels weird,
it just
right?
feels like fish out of water. It feels like you're planning for something bigger, and then you just want my guard. I'm not even joking. When you said I'm gonna be nice to you, I started immediately looking around. I'm like, she wants my guard to be down, and she's just gonna like stab me or something like that.
Listen, I say that you go into turtle formation.
Oh my God. Who's
Where'd they
behind?
go?
Who's behind me? What is happening? So, yeah.
Anyway,
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry we couldn't. We're ending 7 minutes early today, but thank you for joining us, and thank you for helping us out. And listen, every Monday.
yes, join us. And if you can't, come back and watch it. I just told you.
The what?
Sorry, go ahead. Just want to thank all of you wonderful people that were online with us. We loved your comments. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Orlando. Thank you, Jonathan. And I can't see everybody else, but thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you. Jimmy, you were here. Denora, Declan, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
We love you. We appreciate you. And thank you for the great comments.
Thank you for the great comments. You guys are more like siblings.
Yes.
No.
Twins. Separated at
No.
birth.
No.
We are scarily alike. Scarily. You have to say it's true.
Anyways, PTSD. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's all of our social sites right here. Just please make sure that you like and share and subscribing, and that you promote our thing. And we have big things coming up, and so we want the world to know.
Yes. All right. Take care.
That's it. Such a loser.
Got a minute, don't know. Got a minute of your time. Got a minute of your. Let it.
I sure gotta live right, and I'm never gonna let you out of my side. I've been knocked out, was a nice try, but I guess I get to keep my head on this time. Part of the creation, the relations I've got, the only one that keeps me safe, the only one you should trust. For sure, it ain't right that I have checked the speck of dust from all of its side. Fall down, that from my height, cause I didn't see the plank I have in my eye.